1425 divided by x square into 25 plus 890 is equal to 4840. Take that 890 to right hand side. This becomes minus 890. First subtract 840, then you can subtract 50. So right hand side you will have 3950, and left hand side 1425 into 25 by x square. For time being, let's make it 4000 minus 50, and you have 25 here. Out of 100 you can find 4 25s. In 400 16, and you have one more 0, that is 160 minus 2 times 158. So cancellation with 25, that becomes 158. X square is equal to 1425 by 158. Denominator 158. 10 times of this becomes 1580. In numerator we have less than that number. So answer is definitely less than 10 times. 158. Denominator is 158. 10 times of this number is 1580. Difference between 1425 and 1580. 155. In the sense, one time less. Less than 10 times. That is 9 times. X square is 9, x is equal to 3. Right. Four 505 divided by 30. Denominator is 30. 30 10 times 300. 30 100 times 3000. You have 4500. 3000, half of 3000 is 1500. So 30 100 times is 3000. 30 150 times becomes 4500. So the first part becomes 150. And then 1430 divided by 40. First part is 150. And the next part, if it is divided by 40, 40 100 times 400, 4000. 40 10 times 400, 20 times 800, 30 times 1200, 35 times 1400. Plus 30 you can treat as 1. So that will be total 35 times or 36 times. 150 plus 36, let me treat it as 36, is equal to x into 5. 186. X is equal to, instead of 186 you can even treat it as 185 by 5. How much it is? 37. Next, divided by 20. 0 0 gets cancelled. 104 divided by 2. 52 into root x. 52 into root x plus 250 into 14 times. 250 10 times 2500. 254 times 1000. Total 3500. Take 3500 to right hand side. That becomes minus 3500. That will be 1300. 1300 times here, and this is 4 times. Root x is equal to 100 by 4, which is 25. X is equal to 25 square, 625. Next, 34. 60% of 150. 60% of 550 plus 20% of 950. Right. 60% of 550 or 550% of 60. One and the same, right? 550% in the sense 5.5 times. 100% in the sense 1 time. 200% 2 times. 500% 5 times. 50% half time. 5 times of this number 300. Half of this 30. Total 330. 330. 10% is 95. 20% is 190. Right. How much is it? 520. Next. A square minus b square form, right? Let's convert it to a plus b into a minus b. 64 minus 28 into 64 plus 28. 64 plus 28, 92. Divided by 92, both gets cancelled. In numerator we have only 64 minus 28. How much is that? 64 minus 28. 26 or no, 36. 36 into 12. 28 only, right? Right, ante. 36 12 times. 36 10 times plus 36 2 times. So answer 432. Near about 430. Third option. (36 to 40) quadratic equation. Any particular question? 40. 40. ఇంకా అక్కడ దాకా రాలా. 41 to 45. All questions or any particular? All. What percent of the total number of books sold in the month of March by ship B are non-academic? Right. Shop, I think. That's not ship. Shop B. What percent of total number of books sold in the month of March by shop B are non-academic books? Shop B in the month of March. How many total books we have? 760. Out of 760, academic books are 342. Remaining are non-academic. So tell me non-academic books in terms of number. 418. And you need to represent this as percentage with respect to 760 into 100. Total number of books sold by shop B in the month of March, 760. Out of 760, non-academic are 418. And you need to represent it as percentage. Look at your options first. What about 50% of this? 380. Right. Answer is more than this, right? Numerator is 418, which is more than 380. Answer is more than 50%. I have only one option. 55%. 55% is the only number which is more than 50. What is the average number of books? Both the types together. Both the types together in the sense, how many different types you have? 2 different types. What are those? Academic, non-academic. Sold in the month of February in all the given shops. You need to calculate average in the month of February. Right. So, let me add everything. 1400, 600, 2000, 2600, 3100, 3220. So that is 3220. As you asked about average divided by 4. 805. 805. What is the respective ratio between the total number of books sold by shop D in all the given months together and the total number of academic books sold by D in all the given months together? Right. Right. Total number of books sold by store D, shop D. 1400 in the month of February, March 1800, and then 2200 in April. 2200 plus 1800, 4000. 4000 plus 1400, 5400 divided by number of academic books sold by store D. Wait. You have 2 options. Come on. Academic books 560, 990, 1650. to this number if you can add 10, that becomes a round figure, right? Yes or no? And to this number if you can add 350, this becomes 2000. So I need 350 to make it round figure, and I need 10 to make it round figure. Total 360. Take that 360 from here, still you will have 200. And one number becomes 2000, another number 1000, and it becomes 200. Total 3200. Two zeros gets cancelled. Both are even numbers, 27 by 16. In April 2013, the total number of books sold by all the given shops together increases by 30% from April 2012. The total number of non-academic books sold by all the given shops together in April 2013 was 25% of the total number of books sold in that particular period by the given shops. How many academic books were sold? Okay. How many academic books were sold in April 2013 by all the given shops together? In the month of April in 2012, this is 2012 data. In the month of April we have 800 plus 2200, 3000, 3800, 4720. In 2012 total number of books were 4720. In 2013 it increases by 30%. It increases by 30%. Right. Wait a minute. Let me first write 2012 data. 4720. And number of academic books sold. Academic books 400, 400, 800, 1400, 3000, 3140, 180, 260. Total how much it is? 3260. 3260. These are academic books. Non-academic books are difference between these two numbers. 4000 minus 3000, 1000. 720 minus 260, 460. These are non-academic books. In 2013 they said number of books increases by 30% here. 10% is 472, 30% in the sense 3 times of that. 400 3 times 1200, 72 3 times 216. So total 1416. You need to add 1416 here so that you will get total number of books in 2013. So that becomes 6136. And number of non-academic books increases by 25%. 25%, half and half. Half of this 730. Again half. Half of 730. 365. 365. So now it becomes 1825. You're asked about number of academic books. These are academic books. These are total books. These are non-academic books. Need to go for difference here. Subtract 2000, then add 175. Subtract 2000, you'll get 4136 and then add 175. So total 4311, 4311. Ma? In 2013 they said number of books increases by 30%. Non-academic books are 25% of number of books in that year. If it is 25%, then it becomes 75%. 75% in the sense half plus half of it. Okay? Let's separate these two numbers, 6,000 and then 136 separately. 6,000 half, 3,000 again half, 1,500. So 75% of 6,000 is 4,500. And now I want 75% of 136. Half of this 68. Again half 34. 68, 34, 102. 102. That becomes 602. 4602. In that case, you don't need to add these values also. Right. Next, 45. Number of academic books sold by shop B in March is approximately what percent more than the number of academic books sold by shop C in the same month? Academic books in the month of March. In the month of March, academics books sold by shop B 342 and in shop C 280. 342 is how much more than 280? 62 more. But you need to represent 62 in terms of percentage. 62 more that of 280 into 100. Look at your options. Options are nearby 20 and then 80. Yes or no? Right. 10% of this? 28. 20%? 56. So answer is more than 56. In the sense more than 20%. Okay? Wait. What about 50% of denominator? 140. Again half? 70. So 25% is 70. But you have less than that. Answer is less than 25%. But more than 20%. How many options are there? Only one. More than 20 but less than 25. 46 to 50. No? Sure. 51 to 55. 51 to 55. You have subdivision between two lines. You have 5 subdivisions. That is 0 to 50, 50 to 100, 150, 100 to 150 like that. And in between you have 5 subdivisions. So each line occupies 10. Right, 56. A boat can travel 5.2 kilometers downstream in 13 minutes. The respective ratio between the speed of the boat in upstream and speed of the stream is 6:1. If the boat takes 74 minutes to travel from point A to B upstream, what is the distance between point A to B? Right. So you are given ratio between upstream speed and then stream speed. Upstream in the sense m minus s. M minus s is 6 parts. Stream is equal to 1 part. If you have upstream and stream, how do you get downstream speed? Upstream, using upstream, how will you get downstream? You are given stream value. Upstream plus 2s. Upstream is m minus s, I said. Downstream is m plus s. How will you get m plus s using m minus s? Add 2s. What is difference between downstream and upstream? What is difference between upstream and downstream? 2s. Yes or no? Right. You are given upstream in the ratio 6 parts. Stream 1 part. So what is downstream then? 6 parts plus 2, that becomes 8 parts. Downstream is equal to 8 parts. Upstream is equal to 6 parts. Now, a boat can travel 5.2 kilometers in downstream in how many minutes? 13 minutes. You will represent speed in kilometer per hour. Hour in the sense? How many minutes? 60 minutes. 13 minutes, 13 4 times, 52. If you have 60 here, 64 times 240. If it is 52 really, then it becomes 240, but it is 5.2. So speed becomes 24 kilometer per hour. 8 parts is equal to 24 kilometer per hour. 8 3 times. 6 3 is 18 kilometer per hour. And a boat takes 74 minutes to travel from point A to B, which is upstream. What is the distance between two places? What is upstream? 18 kilometer per hour. It takes 74 minutes to travel A to B. Distance will be equal to speed into time, that is 18 into 74 by 60. 6 3 times, 10 times. 74 3 times, 222 divided by 10, 22.2 kilometers. ABC invests in a business and the share of their investment is in the respective ratio 1 by 8, 1 by 6 and then 1 by 5. After 6 months from the start of the business, A withdraws 2/3 of his investment and C triples his investment. At the end of the year, profit recorded was 3,900. How much was B's profit share? You are given investment ratio as 1 by 8, 1 by 6, 1 by 5. If you use fractions, you will get the answer, but it takes time. So don't directly use this fraction. I want to convert it to integer. I want to eliminate denominators. Take LCM of denominators. 120. Multiply every fraction with 120. This becomes 15 and it becomes 20 and it becomes 24. This is their investment ratio. A withdraws 2/3 of his investment after 6 months. So 15 parts will be there for 6 months, and after that he withdraws 2/3 of his investment. What about 1/3 of this? 5 parts. 2/3, 10. Out of 15 parts, if he withdraws 10, remaining will be 5 parts, and that will be there for only 6 months. B invested 20 parts for 12 months. C invested 24 parts for 6 months. After that, and C tripled his investment 3 times. What about 3 times of 24? 72. And 72 parts will be there for again 6 months. Cancellation with 6, right? You can take 6 common and then go for cancellation. 15 plus 5, 20. And it becomes 40. And here it is 24 plus 72, 96. Cancellation with 4 again. 4, 5 times, 4, 10 times, 4, 24 times. Total how many parts we have? 39 parts. And total profit is given as 39 parts is 3,900. Share of B becomes 10 parts. 10 part becomes 1,000. You just need to add 2 zeros. Yes. 58. Sum of percentages of Leo and Amy is 60 years. At present, Jack is 10 years younger to Leo. The respective ratio of the percentages of Jack and Amy is 7:18. What was Leo's age 4 years earlier? 4 years earlier. It asked about Leo's age. No. No. That guy. That fellow. 20 years. Third option answer. Right. Jack is 10 years younger to Leo. From the ratio, what is Jack's age? 7 parts. And out of Jack and Leo, you are given comparison here. Jack is 10 years younger to Leo. And where Jack's age is 7 parts. Then what about Leo's age? 7 parts plus 10. This is percentage of Leo. But you are asked about 4 years earlier. 4 years back. Minus 4. It is 7 parts plus 6. Your answer should be 7 parts plus 6. If you subtract 6 years from your answer, that should be a 7 multiple. This must be your answer, right? If you subtract 6 from your answer, that should be a 7 multiple. Satisfying that rule? No. Subtract 6, 17, not a multiple of 7. Subtract 6, 14, can be your answer, hold it. Subtract 6, 9, not a multiple of 7. Subtract 6, 19. So only one option, 20. Otherwise you'll have to use again comparison. Hope you are satisfied here. Yes or no? Next. Otherwise, from the first condition, Leo's age and Amy's age, together it is 60. Difference between Jack's age and Leo's age is 10 years. Where Jack is 10 years younger to Leo. So here, if you want replace Leo with Jack, you can treat it as Jack's age plus 10 plus Amy's age is equal to 60. Jack's age plus Amy's age becomes 50. In terms of ratio, it is 25 parts. 25 parts is equal to 50, 1 part is equal to 2. So Jack's percentage is 7 parts, which is 14 years. 14 years. This is Jack's percentage. Leo's percentage becomes 24. You asked about Leo's age 4 years back. 20. Next, a man invests 30% of his monthly salary in BSc and PPF in the respective ratio 2:3. So how many parts we have? 5 parts. 5 parts is equal to 30%, 1 part is 6%. This is 12% and this is 18%. Right. He gave his wife half of the amount he had invested in PPF. In PPF he invested 3 parts, which is 18%. Half of that 9 parts. So total 39% is over. Yes. Next, out of the remaining, how much is remaining? 61%. He gave 20% as rent. Out of the remaining, in the sense 61% minus, is it direct 20 or 20% of 61? 20% of 61, that will be 12.2% as rent. If he is left with 34,160, and this is what the amount left with him, right? Yes or no? 60 minus 12, 48. 1 minus 0.2, 0.8. So that will be 48%. 0.8% is equal to 34,160. How much did he invest in PPF? In PPF he invested 18%. You need to calculate 18% value. Should end with 6. That can be your answer, or that. 18%, 12,600 answer. Forget about points, forget about zeros. What is last digit here? What is last digit here? What is last digit here? This should end with, how many options are there? 2 options. But when you are trying to calculate 18%, answer should be 18 multiple. Answer should be a multiple of 2. Should be a multiple of 9. How many 9 multiples you have? Out of those 2, only one. 12,600. Next, 68th. I think you can verify 9 multiple rule. When you are trying for 18%, answer should be 18 multiple, should be a multiple of 9, and you have only one option. 12,600 is the only 9 multiple that we have. Next, 68th. The bag contains 3 white, 4 red, and then 8 green balls. Total 15 balls. If 2 balls are picked at random, what is the probability that at least 1 ball is white? At least 1 is white. Out of how many balls? 2 balls. If 2 balls are drawn at random, 2 balls are picked at, right? Probability of getting 0 white, probability of getting 1 white, probability of getting 2 white. When you pick 2 balls, that should be equal to 1. Probability of getting 1 white and probability of getting 2 white balls will be equal to 1 minus probability of getting 0 white. 2 balls are picked at random out of 15 balls. Total outcomes, total possible outcomes, 15C2. Now, I would like to solve this question using this method. 1 minus probability of getting 0 white. If you want 0 white balls, apart from white, how many balls we have? 12 balls. I can select any 2 from those 2. That will be 12C 2 ways. 1 minus 12 into 11 by 15 into 14, 3, 4 times, 5 times, 2 times, 7 times. That becomes 1 minus 22 by 35, which is 13 by 35. Either this way, or you need to calculate probability of getting 1 white ball plus probability of getting 2 white balls. Probability of getting 1 white out of 15C2. Probability of getting 1 white. We have 3 white balls. In how many ways can we do that? 3C1. And what about the other ball? I can get it from other colors. Yes or no? So that will be 12C1. Or probability of getting 2 white balls, 3C2. You need to solve it. 35 by 15 into 14 by 2, I think. Yes or no? అంతేనా? ఎక్కడ 39 అక్క? 36 3 39 అంతే. 7 13 5 5 7s 35, 13 by 35. 61. A and B together can finish a piece of work in 7.5 days. B and C together can finish the same piece of work in 12 days. C and A can finish the same piece of work in 4/7 days. In how many days A, B, C together can finish the same piece of work? Right, all working together. A and B can do it in 7.5 days, which is 15/2. 1 day work becomes 2/15. This is 1 day work of A and B. B and C can do it in 12 days. 1 day work becomes 1/12. This is 1 day work of B and C. C and A can do it in 4/7, which is 60/7. 1 day work becomes 7/60. This is 1 day work of A and C. This is equal to 2 days work of A, B, C. But I want 1 day work of A, B, C. That will be 1/2 into LCM is 60. 4 times 4 into 2, 8. 5 times 7. 8 plus 7, 15. 15 plus 5, 20. 20/30, 1/3. 1/2 into 1/3, 1/6. So how many days? So answer is 6 days. All together can complete the work in 6 days. Next, the area of the rectangle is equal to area of the square whose diagonal is 6√14 meters. If the difference between length and breadth of the rectangle is 9 meters, what is the perimeter of the rectangle? Right, area of the perimeter is equal to area of the square whose diagonal is 6√14. What is area formula with respect to diagonal? Half d square. D square by 2, right? Yes, that will be 36 into 14/2, right? D square by 2, 7 times. And this is area of the rectangle also, which means length into breadth. And you are given difference between length and breadth is 9. So that you need to find out the values of L and B, length and breadth. Nine fourths. No. 18 2 times. 4 9. 12 3 times. Yes. 12 21. You can write 36 as 12 into 3 into 7. So that becomes 12 into 7 3 is 21. Difference between these two numbers is 9. So length is equal to 21, breadth is equal to 12. It asks about perimeter. 2 into L plus B. How much is that? 66. A dealer offers 20% discount on the market price of an article and thereby makes a profit of 12%. 140, 28, 40% above. If the market price of the item is 9,800, 14, 7 times, cost price is 7,000. How much discount should he offer on the market price so as to make a profit of 1330? 1330. %, just about 20%. Third option answer. A dealer offers 20% discount on the market price and thereby he gained 12% profit. So 80% of market price becomes 112% of cost price. He is allowing a discount of 20%. In the sense, he is selling it for 80% of the market price, and he is getting 12% profit, which will be equal to 112% of the cost price. Now, 100% of market price is equal to 80 and 112. What is difference? 80 increases to 112, right? Numbers. Difference 32. 32 is 40% of 80. Here it is 80. 10%, 8, double, 16, double, 32. So 40% of this number is 32 and you are adding that. 40% of this number is 40. You need to add 40 here. That becomes 140% of cost price. So market price becomes 140% of the cost price, and which is equal to 9,800. 140% is 9,800. I want cost price which is 100% of the cost price. This is equal to how much? 140 7 times is 980 and then is 0. 100 7 times 700 and then 0. So cost price is 7,000. You are given market price as 9,800 and you are expecting a profit of 1330. So discount is equal to, if you are expecting profit of 1330, selling price becomes 8330, where market price is 9,800. So how much discount you need to give here? Come on. Discount percentage 1470 with respect to 9,000, with respect to 9,800. Need to calculate discount percentage with respect to market price into 100. 10% is 980, which is 20 less than 1000. This is 30 less than 1500. In the sense, if 10% is 20 less than 1000, if you have 30 less than 1500, that will be 15%, right? Yes or no? Answer 15%. Next, (64) an equal amount of money is invested in scheme A for 4 years and in scheme B for 11 years, both offering 6% simple interest per annum. Difference in the interest earned from both the schemes is 2520. At what rate of simple interest per annum should the same sum of money be invested in to earn the same interest in scheme B in 8 years? Equal amount of money is invested in scheme A for 4 years, scheme B for 11 years, with rate 6% per annum. In 4 years, in scheme A you will get 24% and in scheme B you will get 66%. In scheme A you will get 24% and in scheme B you will get 66%. Difference is 42%. So 42% is equal to 2520. At what rate of simple interest per annum? Avasram ledhu anukunta. Wait. You don't need number. At what rate of simple interest per annum should the same sum of money be invested to earn the same interest in scheme B? Right. Scheme B is getting 66%. You should get 66% interest in 8 years. So in 8 years, if you are expecting 66%, per year you should get 66 by 8%. 66 by 8. 8 times 64. You have still 2. 2 by 8. 1 by 4. 8, 1 by 4. 8.25%. In 80 years we are expecting 66%. Per year will be 66 by 8. That's your straight answer. You don't need to use 2520 number at all. $65. In a 60 liters of mixture of milk and water, the percentage of water is only 20%. The milkman gave 15 liters of this mixture to a customer and then added 5 liters of water to the remaining mixture. What is the percentage of water in the new mixture? Right. Initial quantity is 60 liters. Out of 60 liters he gave 15 liters to a customer, remaining quantity will be 45 liters. In this 45 liters, water will be 20%, right? Yes or no? 20% of this 9 liters. So water is 9 liters, then milk will be 36 liters. Now he is adding again 5 liters of water. If we add 5 liters of water, total quantity becomes 50 and water becomes 9 plus 5, which is 14. For 50, if water content is 14, per 100 that will be 28, right? Percentage is also 28%. Or else into 100. 28% is your answer. Now you are adding 5 liters content here. Water is 14 out of 50. That will be 28 out of 100. Understand? Clear? Right.